Hare Krishna Jnanakindamrasya Jnanakindamshalaakaya Chakshuram Naidam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Charini Seshivadi Paschantadeshatari Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna. Yesterday we were discussing the time factor and the logical understanding of creation. That's we'll try to see how to logically remember the creation. Here the shloka says Atyastu Pahatas Sargo Guna Parishamyam Atmanaha Dipitistva Ahamo Yatra Dravya Jnana Kriyodaya. Of the 9 creations, the first one is the creation of Mahatattva, or the sum total of material ingredients, wherein the modes interact due to the presence of Supreme Lord. In the second, the false ego is generated in which the material ingredients, material knowledge, and material activity arise. So how we understand this? It is very important. First, there is Mahatattva. And what happens? It's the sum total of material ingredients wherein modes interact due to the presence of Supreme Lord. So this presence of Supreme Lord is what? This is called time. This is called karma. Now the second is false ego is generated in which material ingredients, material knowledge, and material activity. 3 are there. We'll see. Here, after the purport, we will discuss this. The first emanation from Supreme Lord is a material creation called Mahatattva. The interaction of material modes is called false identification, or the sense that a living being is made of material nature. This false ego causes identification, the body and the mind with the soul proper. Material resources and the capacity and knowledge to work are all generated in the second term of creation after the Mahatattva, in which the word Jnana indicates the senses which are source of knowledge, along with those senses controlled entities, Kriya ingredient, the working outcomes, and their control entities. All this generated in the second creation. So logic is, so first, the first understanding of this is, we need to have consciousness. What is Mahatattva? Mahatattva is consciousness. And this is also called Chitta. Now we got Chitta. Now from here, there is, now we got Chitta. Now we got something called Chitta. Now this is just a consciousness that I exist. We discussed this like when I wake up just in the morning, early in the morning, first thing I will know that I exist. Chitta is I exist. But not even I, only existence is there. That identity I is not there. That is the, even this I is also not there. Just consciousness is there, existence. Like this is also a state when we are in a deep sleep. Now when we are deep sleep. Now when we are in deep sleep, we don't have any identity there. We are only conscious. There is no identity separate. Dream state we have a wakeful state, dream state, deep sleep state. There are 4 levels actually. Then there is 3. Now at this level of deep, we are only at the level of Chitta. There is no Ahankara, Manas and Buddhi. Now, Mahatattva is created, but it is only just consciousness, that's all. It is only consciousness. Now, this should be transformed. And what happens here? We have, this is only Chitta. Now we need identity. Then comes Ahankara. When Mahatattva is only consciousness and it transforms. The Chitta only transforms into Ahankara, Manas and Buddhi. And consciousness means it also has, Chitta is, it is reflecting and storing. It is reflecting. So the soul, it is connecting with this material world through Chitta only. That means the spiritual world to material world, the connection is Mahatattva, right? It is Pradhan, it transforms into Mahatattva. That is actually Chitta. Chitta is actually another understanding, it's a storage. It is also storing, it reflecting consciousness, reflecting so many things. It's all sanskaras, everything is stored here. Now that is not sufficient. I am conscious, not sufficient. Then there should be I factor. That comes false. So this is the second creation. This is the first creation, second creation. Second creation gives identity. Consciousness will not make us act. Identity will make us act. And that is also part of, that is transformation of Chitta only. I am, this personality is based on the experiences I got. The experiences means this Chitta is sanskaras, right? Chitta is sanskara. So from this I got this false ego. That is the second creation that is explained. First is the total. They are interacting, but nothing is happening there. Then the false ego is generated. When this is generated, then this false ego, in which the material ingredients, material knowledge, and material activity, they three of them they manifest. The material ingredients, the false ego is interacting with mode of ignorance. This is with goodness. And this is with passion. Now, this is also interesting. What happens is, of course, false ego itself is ignorant, but it has predominantly ignorant. The goodness part of false ego, like that. Goodness falls of part of ignorance, goodness part of passion. These interactions that are happening in relation to. So now false ego will make us, many things will happen. This false ego is the most important. Once I get identity, first I am conscious, then identity. This is the second part of creation. First part of creation, second. Once I get identity, then what I need desires to act because I get an activity. So then desire. Then this comes from the, so this is Chitta or Mahatattva, and this is false ego. And desires come from Manas. And then action. Action comes from Buddhi. So Manas has two things. It has knowledge part also. Sorry. This is, Manas is goodness. It is, it has some, of course, all have memory part. This is, what do you call, RAM part. But basically Buddhi has, of course, it has that impressions, of course. Now, this is how the creation. Now here we see, there are, next shloka tells, the sense perceptions are created in third. And from these elements are generated. The fourth creation is the creation of knowledge and of working capacity. So knowledge and working capacity. This is at the level of third. So sense perception. Sense perception is the third one. So I got my body. I need some senses to, there is identity, then sense perceptions. Sense perceptions are there, and from these elements are generated. So we have sense perceptions, elements. That means you got false ego, and then you get a body. That's why you need elements. So there is consciousness, false ego, and body. The fourth generation, now I have a body. Now I need to work also, right? Action. This is the first one, also the second. Then you get a body. Then you get action. This is the fourth creation. And then the fifth is that of the controlling deities of interaction of modes of goodness, of which the mind is the sum total. The sixth creation is that of the living entities, darkness of ignorance, which makes the master act as a fool. Now here we have this four levels. This is very interesting. Now we have consciousness. This is the first part. Then false ego. This is the second part. Then we have the ingredients and perceptions, the body. Then the fourth one is action. This is buddhi. Now here there is one more interesting, the controlling deities. Controlling deities plus manas. This is the fifth creation. Now, and then the connection, to connect the soul with all these things, we need a good level of ignorance, which makes the master act as a fool. Now, the connection between all these things plus ignorance, it will connect us to, happily connect us to the soul. This is actually what is happening. Now, here, this controlling, why we need controlling deities, yesterday I explained. Like, say now, this is actually the conscious, this, what do you say? This is a ego factor for action. I'll explain. I told yesterday also. There should be in charge ego also. We discussed about the example of a college. In a college, all the professors are told what to do. Now, college, the professors, they are given their timing and date and their salary, and then students also. They are given time, date, and schedule, and other whatever they have to payment and whatever they have to do, everything is told. Now, in spite of all this properly made, we need one principle also about it. Why we need a why principle? So why we need a principle? Because his ego will make all these things function. Similarly, the controlling deities, they will make the things happen in this world. Even though everything is there, there should be some overall ego, overall in charge. That's why these deities are there. Every institute you have a deity. For a country, you need a king. For a state you need a minister, like that. Why? That is the how it works. Similarly, for this whole creation we need demigods who will make things happen. That's the overall ego is needed, like that. So that's why there are deities, that is a personality, which are, these are all creations from the initial creations only. So Lord gave the consciousness. See, this consciousness is of soul only. This is soul's consciousness. But how? Like, I will just explain this part also. This is the consciousness of soul. Soul is only conscious, but it is like a moon. I discussed this also. And moon is emanating some light, and there is a cloud, very uh, cloud. And now the sky is cloud, but it is very light, not very thick cloud. When I am seeing with my eyes, so what I see is when I am seeing this uh, cloud. So I see that this cloud is shining because of the light that is coming from moon. Now, similarly, the soul is conscious, but here it looks that the chitta is conscious, and it makes everything, other things also conscious. Then comes, because from chitta only comes false ego, chitta only comes manas and buddhi. It looks then the body, that the whole body looks conscious. I am independently acting, but it is coming from the soul only, like that. Now, Prabhupada is writing this, we have discussed this purport also yesterday. So here it is clear, the 6 levels. So we are seeing the first is consciousness, second is false ego, we have to have identity, then we need to have body to act, and then we need to do action, means we need buddhi. Manas is only desires. So desires are at this level. These are desires. Now to do it, we need action. Desires are at the level of manas. Action is at the level of buddhi. And for that we need body. It is clear. Okay, just I'll write one more time. It becomes easy for you. So for any action to happen, chitta, false ego, and there is manas, buddhi, and body. Body is 5 jnanendriyas, 5 karmendriyas. Now here is conscious level only. This is first level of creation. And the second creation is identity. And the third creation is body. It is giving 5 karmendriyas and 5 jnanendriyas. And this is the third creation. This is first creation. This is second creation. And fourth creation, this gives the action part. And the fifth creation is desire part. And now what will be the sixth creation? It is the ignorance, which connects all these things to the soul. The connecting factor, even though it is all matter, it connects it to the soul. So now hope you will remember all the 6 creations, first 6 creations, including this is the ignorance part. Clear? Now we'll come to the next. Now all above are the, so here sat ime prakrita sarge vaikritan api me shrunu rajo bhajo bhavato लीलये लीलेयं हरिमेधसः. All the above are six natural creations of the external energy of Lord. Now hear from me about the creations by Brahma, who is an incarnation of mode of passion and who, in the matter of creation, has a brain like that of the personality of Godhead. Now, here starts Brahma's creation. Saptamo mukhya sargastu tatsu om chayah vanaspatyo aushadhi lata pakshara virudhodruma. The seventh creation is that of the immovable entities. This is from Brahma starting. When Brahma is creating, now he has already six levels of creation. Six levels are already there. Now Brahma he starts from the seventh level. So now when he is starting, he starts with immovable entities, which are six kinds. Fruit trees with fruit flowers, trees and plants which exist. So it is immovable. And exists until the fruit is ripe, creepers which needed support, five plants, creepers which need no support, the trees, with flowers and fruits. Then it says, Utsrotsastamaspraya Antasprasha Visheshinaha. All the immobile trees and plants of their subsistence upwards. They're almost unconscious, but have feeling of pain within. They are manifested in variegatedness. Now this is here this connection is there. They have all these things, but they are in a very subtle level. They have body, they have manas buddhi, which is very, very less manifested. Why? Because the consciousness is very less. Consciousness is very less. That's why other things are also. But what is so much for them? Ignorance is so much for them. Identity, everything is very low level of consciousness. There. Now comes the eighth creation. Here it says, Tirascham Ashtama Sarga Sa Stavikshad Vidho Mataha Avidyo Buritamaso Prana Hridi Yadhiyaha. The eighth creation is that of the lower species, and they are of different varieties, numbering 28. They are all extensively foolish and ignorant. They know their desirables by smell, but are unable to remember anything within the heart. Now, the evolution is according to the consciousness. Here, the creation is based on consciousness. So this is the cycle. Evolution is cycle. Ours is. So evolution is based on consciousness. Now, first is trees. They are grossly ignorant. Then comes animals. And where proportion extensive foolish and ignorance. They are unable to remember in their heart. Now, this can be in the higher planets, lower planets, and anywhere. But they don't have much consciousness. In the Veda, the symptom of lower animals are described as follows. Ate taresham pashunan asapatnapi pase evavi vijnanam na vijnatam vadanti na vijnatam pashyanti na vidyatam sashtanam na lokalokya iti yadva puritamaso purasva Granenaiva jnanati hridayam pratiswaru priyam vatsva eva vidanti bhojanasena atham gridanti. Lower animals have knowledge only of their hunger and thirst. This much only. They have only this much knowledge, only of hunger and thirst. Actually, they don't have heart, na? Does not break only. No heart breaks for them. That means they cannot experience that much pleasure. They don't suffer also though. No much pain and pleasure in terms of in a certain level. They have pain and pleasure in a gross level. They have no acquired knowledge, no vision. Their behavior exhibits no dependence on formalities. Extensively ignorance, they can know that there is only by smell, and by such intelligence only can they understand what is favorable and what is unfavorable. Their knowledge is concerned only with eating and sleeping. Therefore, even the most ferocious lower animals, such as tigers, can be tamed simply by regularly supplying meals and accommodations for sleeping. Only snake cannot be tamed by such arrangements. They are much more ignorant snakes, at least because their memory is that much only. Here, they have only this much knowledge, hunger and thirst. Knowledge of this much. Because they have this knowledge, that's why by using this mechanism, you can tame them. They are hungry and thirsty. You provide them food and water, then they will accept because they are happy. That much only they can. They have separate, no vision, no formalities. And what is unfavorable, favorable only by smell, not more than that. And here, Prabhupada is stating their knowledge is concerned only with eating and sleeping. And that's why they can be tamed. You give them nice food and nice place to sleep, finish. They are in control. This is the point. Even that memory is not there for snakes. That's why they cannot be tamed. But whichever animals have this memory of eating and sleeping, they can be tamed. They don't no, they don't need anything more than this. Animals, they don't need more than these things. Gaurajo manasa Krishna Sukaro Gavayorudu Sapta Pashavas Sheme Aver Utsrascha Sattama. O purest Vidra, of the lowest animals, the cow, goat, buffalo, Krishna stag, hog, Gavya animal, deer, lamb, camel, all have clothed hoofs. Now another level of advancement in consciousness. Another level is the hands and legs. Now, how much our fingers are fine? That is the level of our consciousness and advancement. The growth of hands, how perfectly the hands are. This is the like for animals, now they just have only a claw hooks. That's all. They're not. They cannot do much with the hands. Kragosva swataro gaura shabaras chamari tata cheka sapta shatta shunupanchanapan pashu. Horse, mole, ass, gaura, sharabha, bison, wild cow all have only one hoof. Now you may hear from me about the animals who have five needs. That means they are more evolved. Of course, cow is special case, but otherwise, now we are most evolved based on our hands. If you take the fingers, no animals have such fine fingers. They have monkeys to some extent, but they cannot do. We can do fine things. We can create a house, we can hold things, we can draw, we can do. Our hands, because of these hands only, we are able to create so much. Animals, they don't have. That's why they cannot create much. They'll make some nest and here, there with their beaks and other things, and not so much what we can do. And if you see the brain body ratio, how much of the brain is controlling how much of the body? If you say most part of our brain is working, 70%, in controlling the fingers only. Other parts of the brain are for different parts. But most part of the brain is for fingers only. Because this is the most evolved part, which is there for humans, which is not there for animals. Now, if somebody has, like, even monkeys, they don't have hands only actually, many animals. They have only legs. Monkeys have hand, but most of the time they use as legs only, even the hands also. They cannot use like humans. Only humans have hands. That means if you have hands, means you are evolved compared to animals. Now you have four hands, which is most evolved. That is a Vaikuntha Loka, considered most evolved. Then people go with that logic that okay, then Vishnu is superior to Krishna because he has four hands. But that's a different answer for it. Will not go for it. But basically, the evolution with hands, and here that point is discussed. Swa gralo brako vyakho arjara sasha sallako sim kripa graja kurmo godacha makararayana. The dogs, jackals, tigers, fox, cat, rabbit, porcupine, lion, monkey, elephant, tortoise, alligator, ghost, lizard, etc. all have five nails in their calves. They are known panchanakars, an animal with five nails. Ganka Gardis Bakeshna Pasha Balluka Bhardinana Hamsa Sharas Chakrava Kapolukadayathaga. The heroine, vulture, crane, hawk, harsh, palluka, peacock, swan, sarasa, chakrava, crow, owl, and others are the birds. He's just telling the bird species. Now, this is all under the eighth grade. Arya Sotastu Navamaha Shaktareka Vidho Nrinam Rajodikha Brahmara Dukke Cha Sukhamanina. The creation of human beings who are of one species only and who stock their eatables in belly in the ninth is in the rotation. In the human race, the mode of passion is very prompt. Humans are always busy in the midst of miserable life, but they think themselves happy in all respects. This is interesting for humans. Their mode of passion is very prompt. They stock their eatables in the belly. This is the ninth. Prabhupada is writing very nice about it. Human being is more passionate than animals. And thus, the sex life of human beings is most irregular. The animals have their due time for sexual intercourse, but the human beings have no regular time for such activities. The human being is endowed with higher advanced stage of consciousness for getting relief from the existence of material miseries. But due to his ignorance, he thinks that his higher consciousness is meant for advanced and material comfort of life. Thus, his intelligence is misused in the animal propensities, eating, sleeping, defending, and mating, instead of spiritual realization. By advancing in material comfort, the human being puts himself into a more miserable condition. But illusioned by material energy, he always thinks himself happy, even while in the midst of misery. Such misery of human life is distinct from the natural, comfortable life enjoyed even by animals. Very interesting. What is explained here is first thing is humans are more passionate than animals. Animals, na, they are in ignorance. And like cow and all, in general, they are ignorant because their conscious is not evolved. But within that, cow is goodness, lion is passion, monkey is ignorance. The animals have time for intercourse, but humans have no regular time for such activities. So they go by biological clock. Animals, na, they have biological clock. They go along with the clock. They don't have any separate. They don't desire like that. The desire comes, they act, and then they are calm. That's why they don't have any emotional problems. The human beings endowed with higher, advanced stage of consciousness for getting relief from existence of material miseries. But due to ignorance, he thinks that this higher consciousness meant for advancement in material comforts. This anyway everybody does. And we use it for animal instead of spiritual realization. We are used for animal. Now, here the important point is by advancing in material comforts, the human being puts himself in more miserable condition. This is the point. By giving us more comforts, na, it looks like success, but actually we are keeping ourselves more. यही संस्पर्शजा भोगा दुःख योन एवते आद्यंतवंत कौनते नते श्रमते बुधम. It's actually दुःख योन, but यही संस्पर्श as soon as we enter. But illusioned by material energy, he always thinks he's happy. It is actually dukkha yona evate. But illusion is what is like this. Thinks himself happy, even while in the most such miseries of human life is distinct from the material, from the natural comfort of life enjoyed even by animals. That's why animals don't have much problems. If you take diseases also, how many complicated diseases human get? Animals don't get cancer. They don't get any of big, very serious liver cirrhosis. Their diseases are very limited, but humans have very great number of diseases because he has variety to enjoy. That's it. Next look at this. विकृतास्तैरेवेते देवसर्गश्च सत्तमे वैकारकस्तु यः प्रोक्त कुमारस्तु ख्यात्मकः. Oh, good. Vidura. These last three creations and the creation of demigod, the 10th creation, are by Krita creations, which are different from the previous described Prakrita, natural creations. The appearance of Kumara is both. It is from the Supreme Lord also and from Brahma also. That's Devasargaschasto vido vibodha pitaro sura gandharvapsarasiddha yaksha rakshasim chanaraha bhuta preta विद्याधर किन्नरादयः दशते विदुरा ख्याता सर्गास्ते विश्वसिकृतः. The creation of demigods is of 8 varieties. The demigods are 10th creation. 9th is humans, 10th is demigods. 7, 8 is of plants and animals, humans and deathless. This is the demigods. This is the 10th creation that is happening. First Lord created plants, animals, humans, demigods. That's what Brahma did. Only four. But here demigods, because it is directly in the previous also we saw the fifth one is also demigod. So it's a combination of Lord and Brahmaji doing it, not alone Brahma. The demigod, the forefathers, asuras or demons, the Gandharvas, Apsaras or angels, Yakshas, Rakshasas, Siddhas, Chanadas, Vidyadharas, Bhuta Pretas, Pishachas, human beings, celestial singers, superhuman beings, celestial singers, etc. Are all created. As explained second condition 1, the Siddhas are inhabitants of Siddhaloka, where the residents travel in space without vehicles. At their mere will, they can pass from one planet to another without difficulty. Therefore, in the upper planets, the inhabitants are far superior to the inhabitants of this planet in all matters of art, culture, science, since they possess brain superior to those of human beings. The spirits, the jinns mentioned in this connection are also counted among the demigods because they're able to perform uncommon functions not possible for men. So, अतः परं प्रवक्ष्यामि वंशां मन्वन्तरीं च एवं रजप्लुतसृष्टा कल्पादिष्टात्मभूतरे सृजत्यमोघसङ्कल्पा आत्मैवात्मनम् आत्मना. Now I shall describe the descendant of Manu, the creator, Brahma, as the incarnation of mode of passion. The personality of God creates the universe in affairs with unfailing desires in every millennium by force of the Lord's energy. The cosmic manifest is an expansion of one of the many energies of the Supreme Personality of God. The Creator and the created are both emanations of the Supreme Truth, as stated in the beginning of Bhagavatam, Janmadhyasya. Thus, and the Bhaktivinoda purport of third canto, 10th chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam entitled Divisions of Creation. Any questions, comments? You can remember one small revision for you to remember the creation. This is easy, not so difficult. How? I'll just again do it for you. The first is the consciousness. This is Mahat Tattva, you can remember. Mahat Tattva. Mahat Tattva is also Chitta. It comes consciousness. Then comes the identity part. I am conscious, but I should come. That is false. That is I factor. Then comes the body is given and sense perception. Then comes buddhi is given. Then comes manas. So buddhi, ego with tattva, the combination, this is passion. Here demigods are also there. So this is goodness. This is ignorance. So the false ego only manifests this. False ego, when it interacts, the goodness part of false ego is manas and demigods. Passion part is buddhi and body. Now, for us to act, we need action part. And this is manas is desire part. False ego is identity. Chitta is consciousness. And then we want to act means we need body also, right? The place of action, the tools for action, like other tools, ability. That means we need body also. So these are the first 5 parts. And now to connect all this with the soul, we have ignorance plus ignorance. This is the 6th part. This is connecting to the soul. So in that way, we have successfully, Lord has created the main part. Now what Brahma did, he said, okay, I have all these things. He created innumerable things. Innumerable, this is the seventh one. Eighth is animals. Ninth is humans. And then 10th one is again combination with the Lord and Brahma is demigods and superhuman and all other remaining species. They are not included in human. They are having a different category. So this is the 10th. In that way, everything is done. Hopefully, everyone. Hare Krishna. Any questions, comments? Thank you all very much. Nirantarashri